Jantam Rama Rameti Maduram Maduraksharam Arudhya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam Valmikir Munisimhasya Kavita Vanacharinaha Shranvan Rama Tatanadam Konayati Param Gatim Yappivam Satatam Rama Charitamrita Sagaram Adraptastam Munim Vande Prajeta Samakalmasham Goshpati Kritavarashim Mashaki Kritarakshasam Ramayana Mahamala Ratnam Vande Nilatmajam Anjananandanam Meeram Janaki Shokanashanam Kapisham Akshahantaram Vande Lanka Bhayankaram Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimadam Varisham Vatatmajam Vanarayuta Mukyam Shri Ramadutam Shirasa Namami Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra tatra Kritamastakāñjalim Bāshpavari Paripurna Lochanam Marutim Namadarakṣasantakam Valmiki Girisambhota Ramasagara Gamini Punadi Bhuvanam Punya Ramayana Mahanadi Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharadatmaje Veda Pracheta Sadasid Sakshat Ramayanatmana Apatam Apahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokaviramam Sri Ramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Padaye Namaha Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunadhaye Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. We are in the 100th Sarga, where Sri Rama is advising Bharata, or in fact he is inquiring to Bharata about the Rajaniti, how he is carrying on his administrative work as a king. And he had mentioned many things which are necessary for the king to know or govern, so that he is strong to face his enemies, strong in administering existing wealth, acquiring wealth, and bringing justice into the city or into the country. So we saw also that one, as a king, he should not be consulting only one person, nor he should consult too many people. He must have right number of people whom he can confide and trust. To those people only he has to speak about what plans about what he is to do. Also, he must make sure that what is being consulted and agreed upon are worked out. Not just thought about it and never executed, number one. Before execution, it should not be known to anybody. And especially the enemy should know only when the results of that execution is done. Few such things highlights we have seen. And at the same time, he should not have the servants available to him all the time, or he should not be available to him all the time, them all the time. At the same time, they should not be staying away from them as well. He must walk a middle course where the people are respectful, not taking him for granted. And he should not be getting up for everybody and anybody, meaning he must have the correct dignity as a position as a king. He has to utter auspicious sayings while undertaking any activity, including sitting on the chair of the throne and many other such. That's what the last part we saw. Mangalaya prayogam, mangaladi prayogam cha, patyuthayata sarvashaha, kachitvam varjayasyedan rajadoshas chaturdasha. Now the next portion, as I have said, is a very interesting portion, and we will see here the 14 things that are said to be, as in the commentary itself it says, do you adjourn the following 14 abjure the following 14 failings of the kings. What are those? First one is disbelief in the other world. These are the things one should not, one should abjure, meaning one should avoid. Disbelief in other world, that is one, he said, the 14 things here. Mendacity, meaning too much thinking about material things, greed, etc. Then anger, neglect of kingly duties, procrastination, shunning the wise, sloth, thraldom of the five senses, devoting thoughts to the affairs of the state without seeking the advice of others, taking counsel with those who are perfected in sight, failure to launch projects already decided upon, failure to keep secrets, failure to utter auspicious words at the beginning of every undertaking, and rising from one's seat to receive all whoever approaches him. So these are the 14 things which we have seen before also. Now comes administrative policies with respect to oneself and one's own country, other people around him, enemies, etc. These are going to be a little more complex because we are already in this subject, so let us go ahead with that. Dashapancha Survargan Sabdavargam cha Tatvataha Ashtavargam Trivargam cha Vidyastatrascha Raghava Vidyastisracha Raghava Indriyanam Jayam Buddhva Shadgunyam Devamanusham Krityam Vimshati Vargam cha Tata Prakriti Mandalam Yatra Dandavidanam cha Dvayoni Samdivigrahau Kachidyetan Mahaprajna Yatavat Anumanyase Dasha, Pancha, Chadur, Vargan. To start with, he gives first 10. This Dasha, first one is 10 possible evils that are there in the case of a king. That one should definitely avoid. It applies to us also. The first one is hunting. Violent hunting has to be avoided. It is no doubt most kings engage in the hunting as their time pass. But then it should not become violent. It is not extinction of certain species should not be done. There are certain species which are, certain animals which are less in number. One must more protect than hunt. This is one. Second is gambling. Never go to Las Vegas. That's what it means. Gambling should be avoided. Third, never sleep during the day. You may take rest, but never sleep. Meaning don't snore in the daytime. 4, censure. Do not have a strong sense of hatred towards anything. Lust, that is the 5th one. Not to have too much of lusty feeling about the opposite sex. Pride. Even if you are a great achiever, do not be arrogant. 7 is absence of celibacy, not having proper control. 8 is singing. The king is not supposed to sing, is a king, sing. King must be a king, not a sing. 9, playing any musical instrument. Never go anywhere near tabla or anything. 10, gossip. These are said to be the norms for the king. Hunting, gambling, day sleep, censuring, lust, pride, absence of celibacy, singing, playing musical instruments, and gossip. These are the 10 vairis, 10 enemies for any progress. Of course, a musician should be singing, that is a different thing. But our king is not supposed to be doing that. There are many, in the history also we have seen, some people got into singing, etc., and then they totally forgot about their kingly duties. Even in the Rajavarma, Ravi Varma, and all those people, Raja, Ravi Varma, they of course, he has taken to painting, etc. He was not a ruler. Obviously, he lost that. Then, there are 5 important things which is said to be, as it is given in the commentary also, 5 kinds of fortification, which is considered as inimical to a king. But you cannot sometimes avoid that also, but understand these to be a kind of curse that comes to a person if he has this. First one is, if the person is born out of an illicit relationship of the king with the woman, that will haunt him until death. Number 1. If he has a constant greed over material things, that is also going to be a terrible enemy in his administration. If he has too much fond of women, that also. If he is too much fond of speech, that also. If he is too much fond of severe punishment to people, that also. So one has to be moderate in giving punishment also in all these respects. These are the possible 5 things which can go against him. Those are the 5. Fortification. So, Dasha, Pancha, Chadurvargan, then 4. These 4 are considered to be the best friends for a king. He must have certain people close to himself. So these are the 4. Number 1, blood relationship. One's own brother, one's own sister, one's own cousin brother, any kind of blood relationship, they are more to be trusted upon than anybody else. Second is relation that comes due to the marriage from a wife. They are considered as better than a stranger, obviously. Third one is those who are already part of the dynasty. For uncle, uncle's son, and then all anybody who is, or even the people who have been serving the dynasty for a long period of time. They are considered as most trustworthy. Four, one who has helped in distress. When there was a difficult time, if a person had naturally, spontaneously came forward to help, that person can be trusted than anybody else, other strangers. So these are the four considered as to be kept very close by a king. Then, so Dasha Pancha Sadurvargan, Saptavargam, these seven are considered as the strength of a state. These are to be developed, maintained, protected. What are those? People who have less things in their life are the best people for the king. That's what most of our politicians do. Poor people are the strength for a king in the sense because they are more to listen to him by him providing them what they need than to those people who have everything. They will obviously go against him because obviously, you can put tax, you can relax tax and those things, what they do for the rich people, but poor people are those who can be easily influenced by the king for keeping them closer to himself. They have the strength. King himself must be a very integrated individual. That is his strength. Ministers, most confidable ministers, that is his strength. The kingdom itself, when it is properly administered, it's a strength. The fort that has to be maintained for the sake of protecting the people and the kingdom from the enemies must be properly populated. All the required, as I have told you last time also, required amount of dhanadanya should be kept inside. The army has to be strong, protecting the fort. There should be enough supply for the people to remain inside even if there is an attack from the enemy. These are the ones. Treasury. The king must be constantly have a watch over what is spent and what is earned. And treasury should be sufficient even for emergency. Then obviously the last one is the closest possible allies. These are all the strength of a state. If you go on saying, blaming everybody around you, then you will be isolated at some point of time. Then the entire rest of the world will be against you. So you have to be careful about whom you are talking to and how you are treating others. So that is Saptavargam cha Tattvadaha. Ashtavargam. Ashtavargam, they are considered as Kamantakaha. They are the welfare of these things have to be taken care. First thing he says is Krishi, farmlands. They are the ones which actually continuously supply food for the state. These should be protected. They are the wealth of the kingdom. Second, business. The trade, Vanijyam, that's the second one. One must make sure that economy of this state is maintained by proper export and import. Third, again, the forts. Army, in other words, the army, that is the third one which is considered as the wealth of the state. Water dams. Proper supply of water so that the people would not be suffering during emergency period where the water or during the failure of the season. There must be enough supply of water. Elephants. Elephants are like a moving force for a king. Elephants are standing there, it's not easy to attack. They are like stones standing there. So the proper maintenance of these forts. During nowadays tankers are there. But during those times they did not have tankers. Instead of tankers they have elephants, which can withstand many attacks. Minerals, mines. The mines are natural resources which are necessary for the kingdom to survive and not to depend upon outsiders for its own raw material. 7. Tax. The governance will be better if it is properly taxed. It should not be too much, it should not be too less. The tax must be such that people will benefit out of that, not just taking from the people and building the treasury. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to make sure that collected tax are used for supplying to the people who are deprived and protecting the, protection like army, etc. are being done by the tax only. 8 is, this is interesting, I don't know how they were thinking about it. Habitation in places which is uninhabited. Recently, I was told there is a new law that is coming up. I think this government in US is planning to do. These people should know, realized state people. So, if a house is uninhabited for a long period of time, it will be taxed. It's started already.
Okay.
It's up down. They are being proposed. Because what happens is that place does not. It's an asset, no doubt, but it doesn't give enough revenue for the state. Many people buy and then just lock it and go home somewhere else, maybe in India, in China, somewhere. So that particular place is occupying a space but not being used. That is considered as one of the things which a king has to do. They thought about habitation in places where it is actually uninhabited. So that is also considered as one of the things that the state government has to take care. Now, having said the Ashtavarga, there are two possible. Ashtavarga represent this, or it may represent 8 evils of a king. What are the 8 evils? Engaging in dispute or creating dispute. In Tamil it is called cold mudrudu. Cold. Is it or cold?
Cold. Maybe it's colloquial.
Cold murder, meaning two people, they are okay, but you say about this person to him, this person, make sure that they fight. For no reason. That is the evil. Second is conspiracy. Conspiracy meaning how to pull this fellow down. Constantly doing that kind of evil, contemplation, conspiracy. Hatred. A strong sense of hatred towards anyone. Third. Fourth, jealousy. Fifth, blaming the noble people for things going wrong. I might have told you this. There was a CEO of a company who was leaving, and while leaving, the incoming CEO. What is your advice for me? He said, I have kept 3 envelopes in my table. Use them. Okay. So then, he did not know what those, but he said, don't open it otherwise. When there is crisis, open them. Okay. So, next quarter, because the CEO has left, there was a downfall. The shares were not doing well. And the directors were started to ask the CEO, what is your explanation? So he said, he went to in the desk and then he looked at it, there were 3 envelopes. He said, first envelope is number 1. He opened that. It said, blame the market. So he came back and said, market is not doing well. What can we do? This whole thing is, everywhere it is the same problem. That's why this quarter is not doing well, not because the CEO left, whatever. After some time it picked up. After a few months later, the following quarter or next quarter, again it slumped. Now the CEOs know what to do now. He went there was a second envelope, opened it, blamed the teams. He came back and said, I think this team we have to be restructured. We have got people who are kind of lethargic, not proactive. We have to make sure that we have more energetic, proactive people, and they are not doing their job, and that could be the reason that slump. So they changed the restructure, then the new teams were brought. It went up. Good. Again, the following quarter there was slump. So again, this fellow, the third envelope he opened. Quit. If after 2 times you are not doing well, then it is better that you quit. It's not worth keeping being there. So most of the time when things are not, they go on blaming others. So that is one of the evils. So noble, and then the 6th one is destruction of wealth, meaning misuse of the resources. So that is considered as the 6th evil. 7th one is talking very audaciously while talking to others, arrogantly, as though he knows everything and nobody knows anything else. Everybody is useless. I am the only person who knows what to do. That kind of a behavior. And the 8th one is giving severe punishment even for simple crimes. That will create a lot of fear among the people, which is not good. I remember, I was Seoul or somewhere where the train flight stopped, and you have to, 1 hour you have to stay and before you come back again. It's from India. From you go to here to India, it often happens to Seoul or Japan, or if you go going through Singapore. So once I remember some time back when we were coming out of the flight to get into the lounge for 1 hour, there was a the board there, just as soon as you come out. It is the law of the country, state. Drug trafficking lead to capital punishment, hanging. So one person was coming behind me, one American. He said, I'm not coming into this country. And he went back into the flight. Because that's a capital punishment for holding a drug in your hand. Obviously, punishment should be there, but to kill people for holding a drug is the far extreme. But some places they consider that if you have done this, we'll cut off your hand, cut off your leg, without even asking the question. The ideal situation is you are innocent unless proved guilty. There it is not like that. You are guilty unless you prove yourself innocent. That will be dangerous, because if I can't prove that I am not innocent, that means I have to go for capital punishment. So this kind of severe punishment also creates a lot of fear, and that will act against the king. So, Dasha Pancha Chadurvargan Sabdavargam Cha Tatvadaha Ashtavargam, we saw that. Trivargam. So this Trivarga, which is given in our commentary itself, that is the 3 important Purusharthas of a human being. And they are religious merit, dharma, material wealth, artha, and sensuous enjoyment, kama. These are all for the king important. And then, of course, once he renounces, then moksha is understood. Cha vidyaha tisrascha. Three kinds of vidyas. That is also given there as the three of them. Power of dominion, that is utsaha shakti. Sorry, first one is energy or utsaha shakti, and then prabhu shakti, power of counsel, and mantra shakti. So these are all considered as the three important things that the person should keep in mind. Then Raghava, and then Indriyanam Jayam Buddhva Shadgunyam Deva Manusham. There are 6 qualities which, again, in the footnote you will see here. Udashano Jalam Vyadihi Durbhiksho Marakastada iti ityedat Daivam Manusham tu Ayukta Kebhyah Chorebhyah Parebhyo Vallabat, correct, sorry. Prithvi Patilopacha Vyasanam Manusham Dvidam. 2 kinds of possible, as he says, Shadvarga, what is that he says that? Ashtavarkam, Trivarkam, Vidyas, this is Raghava Indriyanam Palambhatva, Shadgunyam Daiva Manusham. Daiva and Manusha. What are the Daiva Gunyam? Hudashanaha. Huda Ashanaha. As it is given in the explanation here, there. First is the 3 Vedas that he talked about, the Vedas as sources of knowledge. First one is as given in the bracket, coming to term with the enemy. No, Hudashana. That is not explained, right, in the book. Commentary, it is not given. No. Hudashanaha. Then Jalam. Huda Ashanaha. Huda Ashanaha means offered food. Jalam. These are all the things, the 6 things that are Daivik. Udashana also means fire. Consumed. Fire, water, flood. It means these are all Daivik forces which can probably disturb the state. Vyadi, Durbhikshaha, beggary. Marakaha, meaning the probable things caused by heavy rain, etc. These are all considered as the Daivik forces which can disturb. The second one set of them is Ayudhyakand, Chorebhyah, Parebhyah. The disturbances that can come from the army, from the thieves, then from enemies. Rajavallabha, the friends of the king. Prithivipati, from the king himself, opposite king. And then Lobhat, from the greed. Vyasanam, distress. These are all considered as the Manusham. These are the possible evils that can affect the kingdom directly or indirectly. And considering that, Deva Manusham Krityam Trimshadi Vargam Cha Tata Prakriti Mandalam. Now he brought another set of Vimshadi, 20 things. I think it is there in the next page if you look at it. A king who has yet a child, that is Balaha. This is footnote is there. Balaha. Then aged, Vruddhaha. Then one who has been ailing for a long time. 20 types of monarchs who are not worth negotiating with. Balaha means one who has no maturity to talk about. Second is Vruddhaha. One is very old, again he cannot think properly. Then you have one who has been ailing for a long time, Dirgarogi. Tada Jnadi Bahishkritaha. Fourth one is one who has ostracized by his own kith and kin. The fifth one is Biruktaha. Birukaha. Birukaha means one who is constantly, the name is Pusillanimous. Pusillanimous. Meaning he has the fear psychosis. That's what it is. Birukaha. Biru Janakaha. So seventh one is sixth one is he surrounded by people who are cowards. Lubdaha, greedy. The seventh is one who is greedy. Eighth one is he is having company of people who are greedy. Lubda Janaha Tata. Ninth one is Virakta Prakriti. Virakta Prakriti Seva. So the ninth one is one who has estranged his ministers and others. Virakta. Prakriti means people. He has given up all the people around him, meaning he is living in kind of alienated by others, or he alienated himself from others. The 10th one is extremely voluptuous. Vishayeshu Adishaktiman. He is so attached to objects and material things. 11th one is Aneka Chitta Mantrascha. One who is conferring with fickle-minded people. His ministers are all so unsteady. That's why Aneka Chitta Mantrascha. Deva Brahmana Nindakaha. At least the one who speaks ill about the divine beings and Brahmanas. The third one is Devo Upahadasteva. So then one who is really a bad destiny he has. And one who is always thinking about all because of destiny. That is also wrong about a king. Deva Chintakaha. Here Deva is not God. Deva is past karmas. Destiny. So that is the fatalist. 15 is one who is afflicted by famines. That is said here, Durbhiksha Vyasanopedaha. One who is affected by the calamities. And then 16 is military reverses. That is Bala Vyasana Sanyutaha. His military is against him. And then anytime the coup will come. So that is one. 17 is one who is far away from his home, is not even at the kingdom most of the time. So that is also wrong here. That is said to be Adeshastaha. He is not in his place most of the time, he is away. This happened with Krishna also. Remember, he is most of the time helping others. Dwaraka really went to doldrums. Because he was not there most of the time, and then people started to fight, and then he did not have control, and finally everything collapsed. Then the 18th one is one who has numerous enemies. One who has numerous enemies, that is said to be here Bahu Ripuhu Yuktaha. One who has too many ripus. Akalena Yaschavai. And one who has, 19th one is one who is in the clutch of adverse times. Akala. The last one, that is 20th one, is Satya Dharma Radhascheva. Aradhascheva. Satya Dharma Aradaha. Meaning one who does not follow the norms of virtuousness. One who is not devoted to truth and piety. So, these are all considered to be things that can, if one has all these things or any one of them, then obviously such a person is not good ally for you. So keep track of such people. If he has any of this, most of it or some of them, they are not the good allies for you to keep. They probably bank on you. You will be what do you call? you will be supporting, meaning you will have to lose your resources for that person. So you should carefully wage that. Alright, so Vimshadi Vargam cha Tada Prakriti Mandalam Yatra Danda Vidanam cha Divyoni Sandhi Vigrahau. That is explained in the here in another explanation here as it is given in the commentary itself. That is the setting forth on an expedition or yatra towards winning the king has to be done in twofold phase. One is drawing up an army in battle array or coming into terms with the king. You can either you go forcefully attacking to get the other fellow leave his kingdom, or you can come in terms with him. Okay, let us share the resources, let us be friends, let us not fight, but we should be ready to come together when there is a third person. That is what is coming to terms with. That is a strategy which is to be done. Either you are an enemy or you are my enemy's enemy. Either you are my enemy or you are enemy of my enemy. If you are enemy of my enemy, you are my friend. This is actually the strategy that was given to the world by who? The famous Arthashastra, Chanakya. The best way to handle an enemy is to make friends with his enemy. So enemy of enemy is my friend. And that becomes a very strong force to keep your enemies under control. Most of them use it. And that is considered as one of the strategies, as it is said here. So, in waging a war against him, the first of which serves as a ground for the two policies, duplicity, and seeking the protection of a powerful enemy, while the other serves as a ground for the other two policies of marching against the enemy. So, either you attack or come to terms with. See, these are all considered as. So, having said all these things, continuing, Bhagavan Rama here asking Bharata further, Mandrabhistvam yatodishtam Chadurbhistribhireva va Kachis samastair vyastaischa Mantram mantrayase Buddha Kachitte safala vedaha Kachitte safala kriyaha Kachitte safala daraha Kachitte safalam shrutam Kachitte shaiva te buddhihi Yatokta mama raghava Ayushya cha yashasya cha Dharma kamartha samhita Yam mrityum vartate tato Yam chana prabhitamaha Tam mrityum vartase kachit Yacha satpadaga shubha Kachit swadakrutam bhojyam Abhokto nashanasi raga Eko nashanasi raga Esho nashanasi ragava Kachchidam kachchid ashamsamanebhyah mitrebhyah satprayachasi rachadu dharmena hi palayitva mahipatir dandadarah prajanam avapya krishnam vasudam yatavat itaschutas swargam upaiti vidwan yata udishtam yatodishtam, as it is advised and commanded, Chadurbihi, by these scriptures. Chadurbihi means the four Vedas. Are you able to have your counseling with mantrabihi tvam yatodishtam chadurbihi tribirevava? Are you consulting the ministers for everything to be done properly? Either they are number 4 or number 3. It's interesting. Why number 4, number 3? You know, in India, if you have 3 people, there'll be 2 parties. No, if there are 2 people, there are 3 parties. Your party, my party, our party. So, party means, political parties. There are hundreds and how many thousand parties will be there in India? Why? Because everybody has opinion. And some opinions I will be ready to accept of yours or you accept mine. But I have my own pet ideas which you may not accept. That doesn't mean I will give up. That's my party. I will be obliging to say with you on certain grounds only. Certain things, my own. And if you don't agree with that, I am out. This is what happens in most places. Now, why he is asking this is, 4 or 3, if there are 4 people, this is dangerous for you because 2 and 2 of them will go against you. They'll make a party and go against you. So he says, you have to meet them together as well as individually. Kachit samastai vyastais mantram mantrayase buddha. You need to have meetings with them together on certain things, and you have to have meetings with them individually on certain things. Whereby, what you talk to them individually should not be shared by them collectively. No. I am telling you which you should not take to thought to others. But I am telling you such that it is useful to you, but not collectively. To create confidence in the individuals, he has to talk to them individually. To create a team spirit, he has to talk to them collectively. That is the idea here. So, Kachitte Safala Vedaha. All your rituals are becoming fructified. Kachitte Safala Kriyaha. All your undertaking and projects are coming to fruition. Kachitte Safala Daraha. Has your wife given progeny to you? Kachitte Safalam Shrutam. Your learning from the scriptures have become fruitful to you. Kachid eshaiva tu buddhihi yatokta mamaragava. Is it your understanding as I have been advising you so far? Ayushyaha cha yashasya cha dharma kama artha samhita. Dharma kama artha samhita. Are you able to maintain these 3 important purusharthas for you at least? Dharma, virtuousness, artha kama, which is understandable. So, are you doing those things properly, which you have to pursue anyway? And are you maintaining your health? Are you maintaining your dignity, fame, etc. around the people in other countries as well? Then you have to follow those standard of living, standard of life, Gurudevas would say, the values and virtues which our people of the past, especially your father, maintained. That are you maintaining? Ya vrittim vartate tataha. The conduct, the way of doing things which our father has been doing, or our pitamaha, all our ancestors, are you tamrityam vartase kachit? Are you following that kind of a conduct? Yacha sat padaga shubha, and also those things which are leading you to the highest satya, satyaga, satyapadaga. So that is leading to satyapadam gacchanti iti satyapadaga. So that is leading to satyam, the truth. Kachit, this is interesting. Are you eating alone or with people? See, this is interesting because when you eat alone, you have no control. You don't even care about controlling it. So it is always good to eat with others. When you are, at least somebody is watching what you are doing. So here, kachit swadu krutam bhojyam ekaha na ashnasi Raghava. Are you sure that you are not eating the tasty food alone? This is the reason why you should not keep too many things in the fridge, Middle of the night, nobody will Don't do that. Especially you should share with people who really need that food. Kachit asham samanebhyah, kachit asham samana means those who are seeking. Mitrebhyah sad prayachasi. Are you sharing it with your friends who really seek that kind of company with you to eat? Are you doing that or not? It is an advice to everybody actually. Rachadu dharmena hi palayitva, that our king, that is our Dasharatha, having thus ruled the kingdom very appropriately, Mahi Padir Dandadara Prajanam, he has been maintaining the law and order of the country with a very firm hand. Avapya Krishnam Vasudam Yatavat, he has gained a large amount of area under him. That's why he was Chakravarti, Dasharatha Chakravarti, meaning he has created a lordship over a large area of place, and he has already created a trend for all of us. Therefore, such a king of ours, which is our own father, having done his best in this world, when he leaves, Ita Chudaha, Chuda means to fall, Ita Chudaha, from here when he goes away, Swargam upayedi vidwan. Rama is still not aware that Dasharatha has already left. So indeed, our father, when he leaves this kingdom and goes away from this world, he will surely would obtain higher world. I have no doubt about that, because he has already created the noble path for all of us, and he has been doing it so well. Thus, Rama had completed his enquiries. Now, there is turn of Bharata to explain what actually happened. And Rama is a little curious. Having said all these things, he wondered, by the way, why are you here? Leaving the kingdom. Ityashe Srimad Ramayane Valmiki Adikavya Ayodhyakande Shatatama Sarga. 100 verse, 100th Sarga. So we'll see tomorrow. Aganida Gunagana Bhushana Rama Ashrita Vatsala Jaya Jaya Rama Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama
Rama.
Aapadbandhava Jaya Jaya Rama.
Aapadbandhava Jaya Jaya Rama.
Dasharatha Sri Rama.
Dasharatha Sri Rama.
Dashamukhamardana Jaya Jaya Rama.
Dashamukhamardana Jaya Jaya Rama.
Kausalya Sukhavardhana Rama.
Kausalya Sukhavardhana Rama.
Kamita Palada Jaya Jaya Rama.
Kamita Palada Jaya Jaya Rama.
Papa Vimochana Sri Rama.
Papa Vimochana Sri Rama.
Pattabhirama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Pattabhirama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Janaki Vallabha Sita Rama.
Janaki Vallabha Sita Rama.
Jaya Raghurama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Jaya Raghurama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Vanara Sevita Sri Rama.
Vanara Sevita Sri Rama.
Varidhi Vandana Jaya Jaya Rama.
Varidhi Vandana Jaya Jaya Rama.
Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama.
Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama.
Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama.
Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama.
Patita Pavana Sita Rama.
Patita Pavana Sita Rama.
Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।